WandaVision gets up to speed in episode 2. Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Reviews by Josh. My name is Josh Terry, and in this video I want to talk about episode 2 of WandaVision, the new series streaming on Disney Plus about Scarlet Witch and Vision from the MCU, from all the Marvel movies. They are a couple, they're living in domestic tranquility, kind of, sort of, maybe not really. Okay, so presumably you already know the basis of this series. The idea is that the Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany characters from the MCU are a couple, and they are kind of living in this suburban idyllic lifestyle. And unfortunately, though, things are not all bliss. Things are not what they seem. And over the course of this series, they're going to figure out what's really going on. The first episode, I enjoyed certain aspects of it. I think it was kind of a fun tribute to the I Love Lucy, Honeymooners, Dick Van Dyke Show style of 1950s, 1960s sitcoms. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot more to that in terms of the point of the whole series, like the objective in terms of the overarching mythology, the explanation for what it is, why they're actually there. It kind of hints at it, gets going a little bit towards the end. But in episode 2, things kind of pick up speed a little bit, and they're still kind of living this sitcom tribute lifestyle, but there's also much more of a nod towards the greater story. Now, obviously, in order to talk about episode 2, I'll be referring to episode 1, and so there's going to be mild spoilers, but I'll try to keep things pretty pretty minor in terms of spoiling anything. So with the first episode, it was kind of a I Love Lucy vibe. This time around, I'm thinking it's more of a Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, the concept where, kind of a fun nod where you can see the 60s style. It's still in black and white, but there's much more of a kind of a quirky, winking style to it. And of course, it's looking specifically at series that were about a wife who was magic and had magic powers. Because one of the things that's really fun about this, this series, is the idea of taking, people who are superheroes and still have their powers and injecting them into kind of this old, in this case, like kind of a mid-60s, still black and white style sitcom. Like I said, I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched. If you have any familiarity with those series, that's, a lot of things are going to ring true. And of course, this is still part of the greater narrative, and so keep your eyes open for, again, kind of logos, little nods to different things that are going to point to the greater MCU and the greater Marvel universe, right? So the individual episode for episode 2, now Wanda and Vision, they're still kind of living in their little perfect community. Still kind of getting used to this lifestyle. They're still not entirely sure why they're there. And of course, that's kind of one of the big questions of the series. But this time around, the episode focuses on the two of them performing in a local talent show in an effort to kind of get to know their neighbors and their community better. And of course, they decide to do a magic show because that seems kind of obvious. Of course, at the same time, they can't really use their powers in a real obvious way because they're trying to keep that secret. So the main episode is about this talent show and about their interactions with their neighbors, but it also starts to kind of build into this idea of what are they doing here in the first place, and why are things happening the way they are. And along the way, there will be little nods and little odd events, one of them including a radio, which doesn't really give anything away, that suggests that their reality isn't what they perceive it to be. And much more so than in the first episode, the second episode starts to really kind of build this idea that, as I was watching these episodes for the first time, and I really didn't do a whole lot of research into this series. I haven't followed a lot of the press. I don't like to give a lot of that stuff away, and so while I think it kind of puts me at a disadvantage because I can't tell you all the background on it, I also didn't want to have all the background. I kind of wanted to go in fresh. So as I've been watching these episodes, I keep thinking about a couple of different similar series. Like I'm thinking a lot about Lost. There's definitely that kind of a Lost vibe to it. But I'm also thinking about The Truman Show, the idea that, Jim Carrey is kind of set in this perfect idyllic suburban setting. And so there's kind of this weird cross between Lost and The Truman Show and kind of a, people with superpowers running around. And so overall, like I feel like the second episode steps things up. Again, I don't want to give away too much, but it starts to feels like it gets a bit more of a rhythm this time around. And so I'm going to give this episode 3 stars out of 4. Again, TV PG. There's really nothing, the most potentially offensive content you're going to come across is, possibly suggestive dialogue or something like that. But it's a good, fun series. The first one, pretty good. Second one is definitely getting me more interested. So which show is better, I Dream of Jeannie or Bewitched? Leave your answer in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Movie Reviews by Josh. I'd be really grateful if you would subscribe to my channel on your way out and leave your notifications on so you can see the new videos as soon as they're posted. Take care and have a great day.